Hello. Today I have a quote from Hell the Gamer or Dr. K. I can't remember what video. Maybe I have it written down. But he's talking about this concept of productivity and stuff. But he ends up saying that we call speed efficiency. And that just resonates. It makes sense, or we call speed efficiency. So let me unpack that a little bit. I'm sort of going from what he said, but also what it sort of made click in my head. And that is, if you're doing something, maybe you're studying, working, being a student, whatever it is, just life in general. So if you do a lot, you do it fast, and then you can add more to what you can do because, time is limited, but if you can do stuff faster, you can do more stuff. So that's sort of just an equation, sort of. And that's sort of what we think of if we think of someone who is efficient. They do a lot of stuff. But that doesn't mean someone is efficient, that they accomplish a lot of things, necessarily. It could mean that. It could also not mean. They're not equal, or sort of the definition, I would say. But why do we call this efficiency? Maybe I should unpack it or talk about it a little more. So when you do a lot of stuff, maybe you work for some time and then you have your side hustle, you do that later in the day, and then later in the evening or beginning of the night you, read a lot or something. You do so many things during the day. So you're efficient. But if we take a car, what is an efficient car? Is it a car that drives a lot or drives to a lot of places? Not really. Not necessarily. If it's a taxi and it gets a lot of places, takes a lot of customers, we could call it efficient. But if we think about a car, and what would make a car efficient? What sort of traits would we use to describe an efficient car? Well, it would be a car that don't use a lot of energy, and sort of very zero wasteful, or not wasting any energy, like a gas engine. Sort of a lot of the energy goes as heat, some as light, and just a part of it goes as sort of kinetic energy, or it gets turned into kinetic energy, I guess, gas expanding. But the point is, only a part of the energy in the fuel goes to actually moving the car. So if you have an electric car, you have energy in the battery, and a bigger part of that energy actually goes to moving the car. So that's maybe more efficient at actually using the energy it has stored, either as battery or fuel, to move the car. But then the fueled car is sort of also efficient in space saving. Car running on fuel, the space or the volume of that fuel is sort of in relation to how far it can go. Efficient. It makes more out of what it has of volume. I feel like I'm going out on a tangent, and maybe I should just go back to the point. And that is, we call speed efficiency. Why do we call speed efficiency? Yeah. I think I'm thinking too much, trying to get ahead of myself right now. Maybe, what does this quote mean to me? It means doing more. We call that efficiency. So if I can do stuff fast and then I can do more stuff, I'm efficient. If I can get things done fast. But that is not efficiency, necessarily. It is not spending that much energy doing stuff. Is sort of, not spending that much energy doing stuff. I would say that's efficient. And it's sort of another layer on top of that. That is, we need to do more to be good. And that sort of hijacks the whole thing. You can be very efficient and not do a lot of stuff. You can be efficient. You can do maybe what would take some people 8 hours to do. You can do that in 4, and then don't add more stuff because you're efficient. You found out how you get a good product out of not that much energy. Or maybe you spend 8 hours, or maybe you spend 12 hours, but it doesn't drain you as much. Maybe that's also efficient. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't feel like the quote has fully clicked. I mean, I think the problem is the discourse or the narrative behind our stories we tell ourselves, or our friends, or our community, or the world, whatever the narrative is. That efficiency is good, and it is measured by how much you do. Which leads to, you have to do stuff fast so you can do more stuff. Because if you do stuff slow, you don't have time to do other things. Equals not efficient, equals you're not doing good. But why do you need to do that much? What is actually necessary for you to do? And how much time or energy or preparation or whatever would it take to do that? Just that. Nothing else. Nothing more. Find a way to do that better, maybe faster, maybe easier, maybe more joyful while doing it, in a way that doesn't drain you as much. Then you can be really efficient. Do the things you have to do, or to sort of make your world go around. And then do it in a way that leaves you with energy, and don't spend that energy on more stuff you should do or have to do. Be efficient, sure. But don't lose yourself or sort of get wrapped up in what else you need to do, or other people think you should do. Yeah. Maybe ask yourself, are you really efficient? Equals doing a lot of stuff fast. Or are you efficient in doing what needs to be done, no more, in the way that makes you spend the least amount of energy, so you have more left over for what else you actually want to do that doesn't need to be done? I don't know, painting or going for a walk or working out, whatever it is. Yeah. I think that's it. Makes a little more sense to me now, at least after talking about it or reflecting with the camera. Yeah. See you.